Hello everyone, myself Professor S.C. Abang, lecturer in Mechanical Engineering Department, CSMSS College of Polytechnic, Aurangabad. Today we will discuss about second numerical on knuckle joint. So let us solve the numerical. Take second numerical. Design a knuckle joint to transmit 50 kilonewton. Design stresses are 75 Newton per mm square, means sigma t equal to 75 Newton per mm square, tau equal to 60 Newton per mm square, and sigma ck equal to 150 Newton per mm square. So solve this numerical by step by step. So first of all, collect the given data. So load carried by the rods, which is 150 kilonewton, convert it into terms of Newton, 150 into 10 raised to power 3 Newton. Sigma t means tensile stress is given, which is 75 Newton per mm square. Shear stress tau 60 Newton per mm square, and sigma ck is nothing but the crushing stress 150 Newton per mm square. So solve step by step. The first step is failure of rod in tension. It means that this rod may get fail in tension due to the tensile load W or P, whatever may be, but that rod or that shaft will fail due to the tensile load, so that the area under tearing will become pi by 4 d square, where d is the diameter of rod. Therefore, the tensile stress is given by sigma t equal to P upon area P upon pi by 4 d square. So put the value and calculate the diameter of rod, so that d square equal to 4p divided by pi into sigma t. So 4 into 150 into 10 raised to power 3 divided by pi into sigma t means 75. So the diameter will be come after putting the values in the calculator. So or by solving this, 50.4, which is nearly equal to or approximately 52 mm, because it is diameter, so consider it is as a even. So in this way we can calculate the diameter of rod. So after finding out diameter of rod, considering second step, diameter of pin, considering shearing failure. So we have to consider the shear failure of this knuckle pin. So it will break like this. This upper and lower part will be contacted in the fork, and this middle part is break out due to the single eye. So whereas d1 is the diameter of this knuckle pin. So it is in double shear. Okay, this one and this one. This is the first contact surface, this is the second contact surface. So it is in double shear. Therefore, area under shearing for pin will be equal to area equal to, what will be the area? Due to double shear, multiply by 2 into pi by 4 d1 square. So 2 get cancelled, 2 by 2, so it will become pi by 2 d1 square. So shear stress tau is given, tau is equal to again P upon area, P upon area is pi by 2 d1 square. Therefore d1 square equal to 2p divided by pi into tau. Put the values. What is the value? 2 into 150 into 10 raised to power 3 divided by pi into what is the sigma, tau is 60. Therefore d1 will become, how much of d1 will become after putting the values? D1 will become 49.24. So give equation number 2. But we know that in step second B, we are fix the dimension by using empirical relations. It means that we are considering all the parameters in terms of diameter of rod. So let us consider one by one. So diameter of pin, which is d1 into d1 is equal to d. So what will be the d1? 52 mm. Already we have considered this. So outer diameter of an eye, 2 into d. 2 into 52, it is 104 mm. Diameter of knuckle pin head or collar, it is 1.5 times of diameter. What will be? 78 mm. Thickness of single eye, 1.25 times of diameter of rod, which is 65 mm. Thickness of fork, 1.75 times of d. D means 52, which is 40 mm. And thickness of knuckle pin head, T2 equal to 0.5 into d means 52, which will be 26 mm. These are the parameters we are considering by fix using empirical relations. In next step, means third step, checking the failure of single eye in tension across the slot, means at the weakest section. This is the weakest section. This slot is weakest section for the single eye. So consider, if we are seeing the cross section of this single eye will be like this. This is d2 and this is d1. d1 is the slotted area distance and d2 is the diameter of the single eye and t is the thickness of single eye. So in this area the tensile stress will be induced. Consider this area in which the tensile stress will be induced. So that what will be the area? Area under tearing. So area under tearing will be, consider, subtract this area from the whole area. It means d2 minus which one? d1 we have to subtract into t. How much? That much. So hence sigma t is equal to P upon area. So P upon d2 minus d1 into t. Put the value in above equation. P is 150 into 10 raised to power 3 divided by what is the value of d2 is 104. 52 into thickness is 65. So what will become? The sigma t will become 44.4 Newton per mm square, which is less than 75 Newton per mm square. In next step, means in fourth step, checking the failure of single eye in crushing stress. So we are checking for safe crushing. It means that the induced shear stress should not exceed the permissible limit, so that crushing stress will be induced in this contacted area of the single eye to the knuckle pin. So that consider only this much area for the crushing, so that in this area crushing stress will be induced. So what will be the area under crushing? Area under crushing. Area, only you have to consider that much of area, which is d1 into height is t, means d1 into t only. So therefore sigma ck means crushing stress is given by, what will be the crushing stress? The crushing stress will be P upon area. P is, and area is d1 into t. Put the values 150 into 10 raised to power 3 divided by d1 is, what is d1? d1 is 52, t is 65. Therefore sigma ck will become, how much of sigma ck will become after putting the values? It becomes 44.4 Newton per mm square. So that, which is also less than 150 Newton per mm square. In fifth step, checking the failure of single eye in shearing. So the single eye or rod end may fail in shearing due to the load, due to tensile load. So we know that already we have discussed in last numerical, this kind of piece of single eye will be broken out due to the tensile load W in shearing. Why shearing? Due to this, because this surface and this surface of this single eye is in contact, because here knuckle pin is passing, so that it is in contact with the knuckle pin, so that much of area will broken out to outside. This and this, it is a single contact, this and this is a secondary contact, so it is a 2 times contact made by these surfaces, so therefore it is in double shear. So area will become multiply by 2 due to the double shear, d2 by 2 minus d1 by 2, because it is the distances, so subtract this distance from d2 by 2 into t. Therefore 2 get common, so it will become 2 get cancel, so area becomes d2 minus d1 into t. We know that the shear stress tau is given P upon area, P upon d2 minus d1 into t. Therefore put the values 150 into 10 raised to power 3 divided by d2 is 104 minus 52 into 65. What will be the value of tau? The value of tau will be same 44.4 Newton per mm square. So come to the next step, step 6th. checking the failure of fork end or double eye in tension across the slot. Similarly, we are seeing in the single eye, the failure of single eye in tension across the slot. Similarly, the failure of fork is also occurred like a single eye. It means that whenever the tensile load is applied on the ends, so on both rod it will undergo the tensile failure, so that the failure will be occurred like this. So it is a upper end, it is a lower end. These are two ends of the fork, so it's called as upper and lower. Thickness of fork is T1 and the weird area or the failure area are like this. So the cross section will be like this. So that consider only this area, or this is cross sectional area which is marked by the hatching. So what will be the area for the tensile failure? The area will become, in the tearing, multiply by 2 first of all, because of two ends, d2 minus d1 into T1. Here we are only replace that T1 and multiplied by 2 because of fork end only. T1 is the thickness of fork end, D2 is the distance or diameter of the fork, and D1 is the inside diameter or diameter of knuckle pin. So therefore we know that tensile stress is given by P upon area, P upon 2 into D2 minus D1 into T1. Put the values. P is 150 Newton per mm square, 150 Newton. 2 into D2 is 104, D1 is 52 into T1. What is the value of T1? Value of T1 is 40. So put the values in the calc and we will get the answer for sigma T, which is induced sigma T, means induced tensile stress, which will be 36 Newton per mm square, which is less than 75 Newton per mm square. Step 7th, checking the failure of fork end in crushing. Similarly, like a single eye, we are also checking the failure of fork end in crushing. In crushing, we are checking the induced crushing stress should not exceed the permissible limit. Hence, the crushing area will be considered only. So that consider the crushing area. So only in this area, this one, where the contact is made by the internal surface of the fork ends and knuckle pin, because there is a contact of surface but there is no relation motion between them, so that it develops the crushing stress at these surfaces. So the area under crushing, already we have seen in last numerical. So area under crushing, we have to consider only this area. This area which is contacted, or the crushing stress will be induced in this area. Tensile stress will develop. Also shear stress is also developed. These are failed due to tensile and shear. But this area, this internal area, is failed by the crushing stress. So the area under crushing, what will be the area? Area will be, how much of ends? Two ends are there. Multiply by 2. So D1 is the internal area and T1 is the thickness of fork. Therefore, we know that sigma Ck means crushing stress is given by P upon area P upon 2 into D1 into T1. Put the values 150 into 10 raised to power 3. 2 into 52. T1 is 40. So what will be the crushing stress? Put the values in the calculator. Find out the value. Fork end. So crushing is 36. When putting the values, it will become 36 Newton per mm square, which is also less than 150 Newton per mm square. Next step, checking the failure of fork end in shear. Similarly, we are checking in tension, compression means in crushing, in shear for the single and double eye or fork end. So in this step, the sheared area will be this one. This type of ends will be weared out. These distances are d1 by 2, d2 by 2, and this internal is d1 by 2. So that this is the area, or this is the piece of a fork end will be broken out, that we have to consider. Okay, whenever this area like a single eye will be broken out, this is fork end and this is center. So this is d2 by 2 and this is d1 by 2. So consider that area only. So area under shear will become multiply by 2 first of all, due to this 2 end, again multiply by 2 because of double shear. Again consider area d2 by 2 minus d1 by 2 into t1. This 2 will become, denominator is 2 get cancelled. The area will become 2 into d2 minus d1 into t1. Therefore shear stress tau is given by P upon area P upon 2 into d2 minus d1 into t1. Put the values. P is 150 into 10 raised to power 3, 2 into 104 minus 52 into t1 is 40. Put the value, we will get the final answer for shear stress induced in the fork end. This will be 36 Newton per mm square, which is less than 60 Newton per mm square. So our design will be safe. So come to the last step, checking the failure of knuckle pin in shear. Already we have find out the diameter of knuckle pin in second step, but in this step we are checking our knuckle pin is design of knuckle pin is safe or not. So that d1 is the diameter of knuckle pin. Therefore, considering shear failure, the area under sharing will be, this is 1, this is 2, double share multiply by 2 into pi by 4 d1 square, because it is a circular cross sectional area. We have to consider the whole knuckle pin. So divided by 2, it will become 2 pi by 2 d1 square. Therefore we know that the shear stress is given, tau is equal to P upon area, P upon pi by 2 d1 square, 2P pi into d1 square. We have to find out the shear stress for the knuckle pin, or induced shear stress for the knuckle pin. So put the values, 2 into 2 into 150 into 10 raised to power 3 divided by 2 into what is d1, 52 square. The value for this will become 35.3 Newton per mm square. 35.3, which is less than 60 Newton per mm square, which is given or permissible. This permissible and this is induced. So all the induced stresses are less than the given permissible stresses, hence our design is safe. So at the end, write down one sentence: all the stresses are within permissible limit, hence design is safe. So in this way we can solve the numerical of knuckle joint. So thank you very much for watching my videos on YouTube. Please subscribe, comment and share my channel TechMech Talent. Thank you.